we finished up our cleaning up the pages. So the next thing we want to do is create our facilities page. We have that in HTML, and we need to work on some of the images. Uh, what we need to do is rename some of our files because they were pretty ugly names. And what I've done is this used to be tennis courts web, and this used to be tennis courts web, tennis courts web small. The one that have web at the end, I made that our south pictures. And then the one that just said tennis courts small and tennis courts, I'm going to change the name and put north on them so I don't get so confused when we're trying to put the pages, pictures on the page. How do you change it is if I click on courts.jpg, click on it again, it opens up, and I'm just going to add a prefix, north, underscore, courts. Alright, so now we have north, the regular, the small, we have the regular one with the web, and then the web small, those are our south ones, and then our indoor was fine, and then we can say indoor in. And now we won't be confused when we go ahead and use them a little bit later on. So the next thing I need to do is go ahead and get them into our website. So what we want to do is go into media and then library, and it'll bring up the pictures that we already have put in there, which obviously the mess there was a bunch of extra ones. We should always put our stuff up in a media library and then use it from there rather than what I did when I did the background, that is upload the picture and use it at the same time, because you can see it creates more than one. We'll clean that up a little bit later. But for now, let's go ahead and add the pictures that we've created. So I'm going to do add new. I can drag and drop it from Explorer if I want, but I'd rather just go ahead and select the files. So this is what we have right now. So I'm going to select North Courts down to Tennis Courts Indoor and hold down the Shift key. That allows me to select all of them at one time. I don't need the main background. I don't need tennis logo, where we have them several times up. We don't need to put them there again. And then I'm going to go ahead and open those files, and then they will slowly be uploaded to here. So I'm going to drag down a little bit and see the new pictures coming in. Shouldn't take that long. And once we put them in, then we're going to have to go ahead and configure them, because we want to be able to use them on the website and have them configured, pre-configured for us. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change it from this view to this view. And that's going to give me a little more information rather than just the pictures themselves. I have a hard time. I can't remember when I'm looking at a picture whether it's north, south, east, or west. So this makes it a lot easier. Alright, so this is our indoor. I'm going to go ahead and edit this. And once it comes up, I'm just going to put in some keywords. So I'm just going to put for my caption, indoor, courts. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy this. And then I'm going to paste it 2 more times. Now, the description would normally be a lot bigger, because I want to describe the actual courts. And it's a good thing to do anyway, because again, these are indexed by search engine bots that come through. So I put a big old spiel about our indoor courts and what's so good about them, and where they are, and maybe what they're made of, all that. And then when a person who has site challenges listening to our website, that description will describe the courts from what people can already see. So once I've put in those 2 things, now we're going to shorten it, and then I'm going to update that file. And then I'm going to repeat that for the rest of the files. Then we'll go back to my library, and then repeat that for the rest of the files. My connection was a little bit faster. Go to the next one. And doing these in the order in which we're doing it works out well, because the tags I'm going to use will be the same for every grouping. So this is just a larger picture. I'm not going to do anything different except the same caption, move on to the next. All right, that was a little faster. Back to the library. Pick the next. So when we put this on our next page, it's important to have everything done first. So first we'll go ahead and do our resources. Now when you're building your client's website, you might want to do that also. You know that you have to put HTML tags in. This is our South Court. So paste in indoor. Change indoor to south. And copy that and paste it 5 times. To text. And then we'll update it. So when you're creating your client's website, you should have a folder called images, and make sure that you do a good job at naming your files. It's going to save you lots of time a little bit later. So don't have these big things, and if you're getting something off Facebook, it's going to come in with a bunch of numbers and letters, and you want to go ahead and make sure you change that to a better name. So south, 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 and then creating your pages later on will be so much faster, especially when you do this, because you have to do this for every single picture that comes in. So the better you name your files before they get up there, the easier it's going to be to figure out what you want to put for captions. All right, so only 2 more to go. This is going to be our fourth. And paste it 5 more times. It's there. It's a good thing we're coming up on 10 minutes. And there's one last thing I'm going to do before I sign off to help you get ready for the next video. Take this. If you go back to HTML kit, what's doing in the background, we have some issues with our file. And that is, again, this one has lots of spaces. So what I've done, and what I want you to do before we move on to the next lesson, is I want you to go in and clean this up. Make sure that there's no extra space or lines in the paragraphs. Leave everything else the way it is, but we have to go ahead and get rid of those lines, so you end up with really long pages and blank spaces in between that. We're also going to keep, probably going to get rid of this when we move it in, but I'm not going to delete it now. So we're going to go ahead and leave everything the way it is, but I want you to clean this up and just get rid of all the extra spaces that are